You're already there. Well, let's get cracking. Hello and welcome to the Sunbirdcrochet podcast. My name is Claudia and I'm coming to you from Germany. Today is Saturday, the 10th of February, 2024. And we are in the midst of a totally crazy carnival season here in my part of Germany and in the whole of Germany. That is, if you're celebrating. It's called Carnival here, where I'm living, near Cologne, and it's a big thing. If you go further south, it might be called Fasching or Fasnacht. Anyhow, I'm here today to talk to you about crochet, and I've got 2 works in progress for you and 1 finished object. And I've also got a little bit of incoming things which are not crochet related, and I've got a huge gift, including a challenge, which I would like to show you, even though it might scare you. So let's start with works in progress. I've got more than just the 2 works in progress projects, but those are the ones which I've worked on these last couple of days. So the first one is the Take 2 shawl, the crochet shawl pattern by Sweet Crochet Dreams, who is Mariana Müller. Hi Mariana, if you're watching. I love your pattern. Let me just say it right at the beginning. I love this pattern. It's beautifully written, and I can show you what my project looks like right now. For this project, I'm using 2 different hook sizes so far, and for the first section and the current section, I'm using a 3mm hook size, crochet hook size, which is a 5/0. This is a clover hook. I normally don't give these kind of intense detail informations, but if you think you need it, just let me know. So this is my progress on the Take 2 shawl. It's not blocked yet, obviously. That's why the edge here is a little bit curling. And the keen-eyed might see that I've made a bit of a boo-boo down here. It's not as it should be down here, but I'm not going to frog back. I found then later to use the chart is much easier to create this pattern, this texture, and I'm loving the result. And then I've used a bigger size hook for this section here. And now I'm on the stripy section, the next section, and I'm alternating my colors, all my colors. So I was still checking if I actually like this color to be my main color, because it's not mild, it's actually, it has color changes in it, so it will be more distracting from the pattern. But yeah, I think I will keep it, and we will see how it will look like in total. And for this kind of texture, I would always use a solid color, because otherwise you can't see it really. I'm using yarn by Punk Rock Unicorn. Lovely dear. She's doing very, what would you call it? Bold colors. And this is Life in the Long Grass, Irish hand-dyed yarn. And I'm also using yarn from, let me think. Yeah, most of it is Life in the Long Grass. And then this one here, which is Punk Rock Unicorn. And Marianti yarns, which is a German indie dyer. And I'm very happy with it. As I said, I can't stop touching it and looking at it, and it's a very satisfying make if you can work in sections, and then it's a different technique for every section. So it's almost like a sampler, and you're learning new stitches maybe, or at least new combinations, and it's just very fun. So that's the Take Two shawl by Mariana Müller, Sweet Crochet Dreams. And my one and only tip so far is to read or use the chart for the section here. For me, that was easier. Maybe you're different, you rather read the instructions. Either way, it's fun. So that's my progress. Not too shabby, I think. But wait until you see the other projects which I'm working on. Now, my other project is the cotton colorway summer top, which I'm working on for quite a while now. I'm using a 4.5mm hook for the body at the moment. I've finished the yoke and the sleeves, and now I'm only working on the body. This is my progress so far. As you can see, I've split for the sleeves, and I've added this stitch pattern for the sleeves. This pattern is in Murid magazine. It's this one here, just upside down, because this one, I believe you're working in panels and then you're adding the top, and I'm working the opposite way with my top. It's the scallop pattern on page 140 of Murid magazine Spring Summer 2023 edition. And the top is the Zanny top by Mary Beth Cryan. So I'm using it. It's a 2-row or round repeat, and I've memorized it, and it's now very easy for me to continue with it. I've added the same sleeves on both sides, and yeah, now I'm just working the body until it's finished. Let me try and put it on for you, even though I'm already wearing my... Maybe I should take this off. 1 second. There you go. The sleeves will go right into my, what's this part called? It's long enough to cover my wobbly armpits. That's what I mean. And yeah, I'm now at the body. There you go. So it will be a summer top. And I'm going to quickly change back into my ranunculus. So, as I was saying, I am making rapid progress with this top, and I'm quite happy with it. For the body, I'm now using vintage yarn. I very much doubt that you can still get this yarn, but you can pretty much use any cotton yarn which you would like. I'm just using up old stash. Now, let's talk about my finished object. It's the Klimt inspired blanket over there. And for that, I will show you how it's looking from afar, or I will insert a little video of it right here. And so you can see that there is an issue with it. I love how it looks like, except for that it's wobbly, and not wobbly, it's it needs blocking. It needs massive blocking because of the different yarn weights I was using. It's not flat anymore, and I'm confident though that I will be able to flatten it all out with some aggressive blocking, as I said, and yeah, then it will be the finished blanket. So here it is in its glory. What I can talk about is I've added some surface crochet lines to make a smoother edge of her arms. There, you can see it. There. You basically take your crochet hook. You would hold your strand of yarn behind your work. You put your hook through, pull up a loop. Don't pull too high, and then you go into the next stitch you want to move into, and you pull up the next loop from behind the blanket, and you pull it through the loop which you took from this here, and then you move on and on and on, and then this creates a kind of surface stitch pattern. It's not very regular here, but it does the trick, I think. And that's surface crochet. Yeah, I've just added more and more and more to my blanket. I've added the little bubbles to her dress. So this is very sparkly and tactile, and yeah, I've had so many that I've also added some here on this swirl, on this swirl, and then I've added a border here to give it a kind of frame, like a picture frame or a frame for a painting, basically. And that's my finished Klimt blanket, inspired by the artwork of Gustav Klimt, who worked in Vienna at the beginning of the 20th century, and he was famous for his paintings, his portrait paintings mainly. And yeah, this particular painting was called Die Jungfrau, which means the Virgin, and it's very floral and bodies wrapped around each other, different girls or women wrapped around each other with a blue dress with all kinds of geometric and flowery elements on it, and I always loved his paintings. This was also part of my But Make It Crochet Cal, which was supposed to give you time to turn any kind of artwork into a crochet project. And even though, well, I think with the finishing of my project, I would like to close off the Cal, But Make It Crochet Cal. There hasn't been any activities. It's a group on Instagram and there hasn't been any activities lately. I mean, not even I have been there, so you're definitely excused. But I just would like to draw one final winner. The initial idea was to give you yarn, but even though I've got it all here, I think the easiest way would be to do another giveaway of a pattern. So I will just randomly draw a winner of this group crochet along, and I will give those who have participated more than others who really stood out because they either finished the project or they kept commenting and supporting the others. I will give those free entries into the draw. So by the time you will watch this, I will have drawn the winner, and it's this person here, and I will also write it into the group. And I would like you to send me a message, a private message on Instagram. You obviously are able to use Instagram because the group is there. So just send me a message on Instagram and your choice of pattern. And if you don't use Ravelry, then we will have to make a plan as always. And I will give you a gift. And that's the end of But Make It Crochet Cal. It doesn't mean that you can't finish your turn artworks into crochet artworks project, and I would definitely love to see your projects still there being posted, but it's the end of the giveaway time, so to say. So I hope you are okay with that, and I hope that you're not disappointed if you're not the winner, and congratulations to the winner. And I'm excited and very thankful that you all took part in this fun crochet along. And if you are feeling you need another crochet along or another knit along, then there are still the Cardi Crochet Cal run by Zines and Roger, and there is a new knit along run by Yalin, who is made by Yalin on pretty much anywhere. She has started a Vertices Unite knit along. It's the hashtag Vertices Unite World Cal with a K, and it's an Instagram group, and I'm sure she will add you if you just send her a message and you ask her to be added to the group. And we're all making the Vertices Unite shawl by Stephen West. To be honest, I haven't even started making it, but it's the one shawl which I always wanted to make ever since I saw the version of Cheverell. She made a lovely Vertices Unite, I think years ago, and I was smitten by it. Yeah. So I believe we're already in the section of chatting. I'm already distracted from my finished project. So let's move on to chat and incoming. I've got 3 things to talk about. It's not exactly incoming as in yarn related incoming. I've got 2 new things. The first one is I finally got Sanditon Series 3 on DVD. I've ordered it because I've watched the first 2 seasons and I wanted a happy ending, obviously. If you're not familiar with the series, Sanditon is or was an unfinished book written by Jane Austen, the one who wrote Sense and Sensibility, Pride and Prejudice, Persuasion, and all these wonderful pieces of literature. And Sanditon, she hadn't finished when she died. So now I believe that the one, Mr. Davies, yes, Andrew Davies, who adapted Pride and Prejudice for the BBC in 1996, the one with Colin Firth as Mr. Darcy.
Colin Firth.
He adapted the Pride and Prejudice one, and now he also finished this story and adapted it for TV. For TV. I am happy. I'm happy with the ending. Let me say it like this. It has been a drawn-out affair, and with twists and turns, especially at the end of season 1, I thought, no, I'm not going to watch this series to the end. If you've watched it, you know what I mean, but I'm now reconciled with the whole storyline, and it might not be what Jane Austen had intended, but it has the feeling of a Jane Austen story, and it's also the same time period, the Regency times, and if you love costumes like I do, then you are watching it already just for the lovely costumes. Which reminds me, if you would like to try out a Regency costume, or have one made, custom made for you, then I would recommend Tiffany, who is stitching Addiction on... Now I'm wondering, is she Stitching Addiction 1 or Stitching Addiction on Instagram? One or the other on YouTube and the other one on Instagram. She is based in Texas in the US, and she actually announced recently that she's looking for people who would like to collaborate with her. Something like what I've done in the past. At the beginning of last year, she contacted me and asked me if I would like to collaborate with her. She made me a custom-made outfit in Edwardian style based on the book Anne of Green Gables, and it was so much fun. I believe you followed up on my project in this regard. I'm just wanting to say that Tiffany reached out to whoever wants to have the same experience like I had, and I believe that there's already a long list, and she limited the list or the application to have this collaboration with her until, I don't want to lie, in my mind it's the 21st of this month, so it's only 10 days more. She might close it up earlier because there are lots of people who want to have this opportunity to get a custom-made, historically accurate garment. So if you're one of those, what are you waiting for? Now's your chance. Now, 2 more things. One is another incoming thing, a gift which comes with a challenge, which comes right at the end. And the other one is a little bit of news, which I've only received this morning. Rika, who is one of my subscribers here, and she's also regularly commenting. She is currently in Vietnam, and she started or recorded her first podcast episode. She is a knitter, a crocheter, she's spinning, and she's traveling all around the world. And at the moment she's in Asia, she's in Vietnam. Usually these last couple of months she's in India. Before that she was in Guatemala, she was in, where was she? She was in Sweden, she was, where is she? Where isn't she? So I think that it will be a very interesting podcast. She sent me an unlisted link to her first episode, and once I've finished this recording here, I will go and watch her first podcast, and I'm so looking forward to it. Enrika, I hope that you will publish this and that you will start podcasting regularly so that we can all have a look at your adventures. Please say yes. My last incoming thing is a gift from my relatives who I visited. I showed you a little bit of it last time. They visited here because of Carnival, and they brought with them a musical instrument, which they found in one of those places where the second-hand items get sold for not very much money. So I don't know what they possessed, I don't know what possessed them to buy this and then to gift it to me. The musical challenge is included, and it's that I am supposed to be able to play a Christmas song by next Christmas. Yes, so you might ask yourself, why is that a challenge? Well, let me put it like this. Never have I ever before played anything like it. It's an accordion. What were they thinking? Why are they doing this to me? They should know that I'm always up to a challenge. So now, let me show you what I mean with challenge. First of all, this thing was broken. It looks like an accordion, but it's actually a hand harmonica. An accordion has, well, the hand harmonica has buttons, as you can see, and an accordion would have like a piano, like things to play with, okay? Now, this model is a Hona Club 4, and I found this model on eBay in the internet. And it says there that it's from 1935, the one I saw in on eBay. I don't know how old this one here is. It's definitely old because it needs sticky tape to hold this part in. I actually had to take it off because, as I said, it was broken. The thing is with the hand harmonica, you have to press these buttons. Let me just put it on. Okay. I'm not playing. Don't worry. So, when you press one of these buttons, the thing makes a different sound when you're pulling at it compared to when you're pushing it. Shall I give you an example? I mean, lock your cats away and your dogs. The only exception is this button here. This makes the same sound in either direction. That's what I've learned already. The broken bit was that I could pull it and create sound, but pushing, there wouldn't be any sound. It was just like bam together. So I found out, or my brother-in-law found out, that there is a rubber band in here behind this cover, and this is for this button here. When you press this button, there is no sound, okay? And that was the problem. So now that it's kind of repaired, because when I pull it, it's louder than when I push it. Yeah, anyhow. Why am I explaining it so in such a detail? There are 3 rows of buttons here, and there are buttons on here. So now, Christmas song. Yeah. I am not a natural hand harmonica player. I was looking for YouTube videos about it because a challenge is a challenge, and I want to be able to play a Christmas song by Christmas. So let's try, right? I saw a video on YouTube and I followed it up, and I'm just playing this outer row of buttons for it. 1, 2, 3, 4. It starts with this one here. And let's just try, right? That's why it's a challenge. And that shall suffice for today. People shouldn't gift me musical instruments. That's a warning. And people shouldn't challenge me. So with this, I would like to wish you a wonderful, wonderful weekend and lots of fun with projects of all kinds. Don't be afraid to try something new and to make a fool of yourself. Don't be afraid to ward off people from afar by playing musical instruments you shouldn't be playing at all. And I will see you next time. And I promise I won't play any musical instrument next time. Unless you'll force my hand. So keep well, keep safe. I'll see you next time. Bye. Now let's get cracking.